Throwback, Hotep, Namaste. How y'all doing? K Pasa, what's going on? My name is Ram Hotep L. Just out here vibing, chilling in nature. A lot going on in my life. Action packed though. Stay in the midst of action. What really inspired me though to like really get into doing these videos and stuff like that was really just my connections with hip hop culture, pop culture, rock culture. That's right, I'm into rock and roll culture. And just my whole affiliation with music. And you like, man, you ain't really did nothing in music, man. You just sit up here and you making videos, or some people may be thinking that. You know, they've been watching my stuff for a while. I'm not saying everyone. I'm not trying to project that thought out, but I have to address that because I mean, it's relevant. It's relevant. So you know, a lot of people may think I don't have a lot of experience in it, but I do. I'm a behind the scenes man. To me, doing these videos, this is my music. Like this is my minstrel show. Like everybody has their little thing. Like you know, like I said, I'm gonna drop a few albums, but I might like for me, I drop an album I drop a song every 3 years or something. That's just how I see it, you know. Like you just drop you drop one song and make sure it's timeless. Some people, that's their thing, though. You know, like they dropping thousands of songs. You know, like and I'm respecting that because that's your minstrel. That's what you're supposed to do. So, but the whole music movement is what really got me into this because the music is really mastering the mooses. You see, it's mastering the mooses, and there's 7 different mooses of which I didn't plan on going into here. I have other videos where I'm talking about that, but you can get this book called The Secret Power of Music that talks about this in depth, but it's the mooses. It's mastering harmony, rhythm, vibration, and tone. Like, so to me, even if I'm doing a video, say for instance, I could do a video where I'm talking in this tone, or I could do a video where I'm trying to speak more on a deeper type of tone, and you know, and I can switch my octave and my tone. I can get louder and I can get more, you know, quiet. And all of those different tones put you in different moods mentally. So I understand that. So to me, mastering the art of public speaking is definitely a element of music, but it's more than that though. You got to remember, hip hop was a culture, or is a culture. Break dancing, MCing, DJing, the writing aspect, all of that's hip hop. So you gotta remember, like, this is how we really started out. Like, we learned how to write. We tried to figure out ways to entertain ourselves, which is like dancing, DJing. A DJ would be kind of like the person that, like a griot. Like back in the days, a griot would be more like a DJ because this is the person that held all the stories. They remembered all the stories and memorized all the stories, so they would be like the DJ. But then they would be the MC too, see? Because they would have to tell the story. So, just saying all that to say, man, like, I'm inspired by hip hop, but but at the same time, I'm a hippie though. So my thing was like, man, hip hop needs to some kind of way come together with the hippie movement, like what the Beatles was doing. They was doing the music movement. It kind of ended. They kind of took us off the path with hip hop a little bit, and they did that on purpose. Because we weren't really like hippies, you know. We got more into the commercial aspect and the commercial side of hip hop. We kind of lost the culture part of it. So it was more about like selling records and making money, which is cool. But now America in general, we're being forced to look at the culture of everything that we do. Like there's a culture in basketball, and then there's just basketball for making money. And we kind of like, everything now is all about the money. Like if I make this amount of money, that means I'm successful. When it's not, like, it's really, when you think about hip hop, even though you an MC, we all on the same team. So, of course, I want this to be very lucrative, but I would rather see hip hop as a group be worth a lot of money than just 1 or 2 people in hip hop worth a lot of money and everybody else broke. And that's kind of what they end up doing in hip hop, where you had like all of these people worth a lot of money, millions of dollars. You see what I'm saying? And then like a few people worth millions of dollars, moguls they call them. And then you got all these other people that's barely, and they broke. And you can always have superstars and not overstand all of that. But when you do things on a culture level, things should be more even. And everybody on the team should be about equal, and we grow like that. So I was like, they took us out the culture because they started pushing money. So I'm like, let's, even if music has to slow down for a minute, so this music slowed down for a minute around 2012, because as we was making the shift, the light workers, decided on a cosmic level now. When I say the light workers, I'm talking about those people on a dimensional realm, those entities, I should say, on the cosmic level, decided, okay, let's put the musical aspect of or the industry aspect of hip hop, let's halt that for a minute. Let's do the spiritual shift and get everybody spiritual, and then we can reintroduce the music and bring it back the way it should be. So that's why I was like, man, we need to like show the hip hop culture, getting in nature, that there's a spiritual side to hip hop. We need to have, so that's why I do a lot of videos in nature, and I'm tree hugging on this video. That's what I'm gonna talk about on this video, the importance of tree hugging and just being in nature. But remember, this is marrying. And I'll probably do that as a separate video because I kind of went into hip hop on this video. But these videos are marrying nature and the cosmic, metaphysical, or so-called hippie movement. That's all I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Moorish hippie. I'm a so-called black hippie. That's all I am. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm from the hood, like from the streets, and that's what hip-hop has, that part too. And at the same time, like, I have friends and people that are still out there like that, so I have to keep addressing that because those are my people. And I ain't gonna ever forget my people. People that's still out there like that, so I still gotta say that. So you're like, why you gotta say you from the hood? And it sounds so, you keep going back, you're digressing. Everything is about going forward, is going back. So you might not understand that, but you understand it. Just think about it. You gotta go back before you can go forward. So I don't make no bones about being from the hood and all of that, but at the same time, those people gotta, we gotta step it up a notch. And stepping it up a notch is sometimes sitting up under a tree, meditating, and connecting with something that's outside of a phone or some game or, your house or your bills. Get the fuck out your house. Get nature, get the hell out your Bentley or your Bugatti or whatever, all of this shit. Who cares about your Frank Mueller for right now? Put that up for a second. Get in nature and connect with this tree that's done been here for thousands of years. You see this tree right here? This tree been here probably good 500 years. And when you sit up under a tree and you connect with a tree, you connect, you get information from this tree. That's what you got. Trees still tell stories. But a lot of times you may have to sleep up under it or meditate up under it to connect with it. Because trees have auras just like you. Tree has chakras just like you. Has a root chakra. So you got to remember the roots of the tree. When you connecting, you sitting up under the tree, you connecting with the roots of the tree. And you in the tree's aura because you up under it. This is this tree's energy. And you have to pay homage to trees because they've been here longer than you. You have to pay homage to anything on this planet that done been here longer than you. That's your ancestor. Any species that they say, if this species is older than humans, and they know this species is older than humans, then guess what? That's your ancestor. You got to pay homage to the species. Even if it's just going and witnessing the species and paying attention to them, and they just want appreciation. I mean, I hate to say going to the zoo, but even doing that to a certain extent. Because, I'm not really for... you can't really go honor, say for instance, a lion or something in the wild because they eat your ass unless they ain't hungry. But if you got control over your powers, you may want to get to the point where you can do that. You need to go into Africa in the bush and do that. If you're saying you a shaman and you a mystic and all that, that's something that I want to experience. I've experienced encountering some pretty ferocious animals. I remember one time I was walking down the street, and I may have told you guys the story, and this big ferocious pit bull, he was hungry and ready to eat something, and he was barking and he was tied up to the pole, and every time somebody walked by, he was trying to tear this he was tied up to a bus stop, and every time somebody walked by, he trying to tear down this damn fucking bus stop so he can get to this person's jugular vein and eat him. And here I am, I'm not gonna even be afraid, but not only that, I'm about to do a demonstration. And I walked by, and I had witnesses at the time. And I walked by, it was a white guy walking by or whatever, spoke to him. He spoke to me, and I'm like, I'm about to go do my thing. So so then the white guy walks by, and then next is the dog. So I'm walking by, and the dog, I told myself in my mind, I'm gonna make him stop. So he was growling and barking, and so he looked at me, he stopped. Not only that, he sat down, looked up at me, and basically, he didn't bow to me, but he sat down and looked like I was his owner, and completely calmed down. And I just said, shh. He completely went to a peaceful state. So that was me being in his environment, paying homage to his nature, but calming him down though. But still paying homage to his nature that he can definitely eat me and respecting him. But at the same time being calm. So you gotta pay homage to anything that came before you. And these trees, they've been here before these animals. I'm saying like this one tree has been here before different groups of lions and shit like that. So when I sleep up, and it's alive. This tree is alive. You see, you start talking with it, and you start connecting with the tree. You'll notice that your dreams change. You start leaving crystals and stones around trees, and then coming back, you start to notice that this area kind of turns into your area. This is how you ground. So the importance of tree hugging is important. I tell people that don't have a home, if you experience a time when you ain't got a home, you should connect with a tree and make that your home. Like if you're in a certain area and you ain't got a place like right now to crash or whatever, make sure you got one tree that you kind of just frequent, even if it's just for a few minutes, and make that kind of like your tree and that'll help to repair your root chakra, because people that are homeless have root chakra issues. Something happened when you was between the ages of 1 and 7. That's when your root chakra is supposed to be developing. Something happened between the ages of 1 and 7. You may have been abused, molested. Something happened. So you got root chakra issues, so that's why you can't really connect and ground. But then getting into this tree hugging, it will eventually take you out of the situation, even feeling like you're homeless. It'll help you to appreciate nature more. It'll help you to appreciate your body more, and knowing that your body is really where you live. When you start to appreciate your body more, you're going to start to appreciate where your body is at. And once you start to appreciate where your body is at, then you can notice that, okay, now I have a home. Now I'm progressing. I'm developing. But you have to heal in degrees. If you have root chakra issues, even if some people are like, well, I ain't never been homeless, so I know I ain't got root chakra issues. You might still have root chakra issues. You probably just being protected. You see, because you got people out here that's being protected by corporate America, and you ain't really never had to be out here like that, because people been taking care of you, and your parents make sure you got a good education, and you was favored or whatever. And I'm not saying that I'm jealous of you. That's not the point. I'm just saying don't get too far ahead of yourself and think that just because you've never been homeless, your root chakra is okay, because it might not be. You've just been protected, luckily. But you never know what may happen though in the future. So you should, and then if you like do this now, this tree hugging now, and connect with nature now, when something really happens, it's not going to be as bad for you. If you're used to camping out and going on hikes and things like that now, even just basic shit. Sleep in your car for a night. Starting out, if you just get outside of your environment, so that when something really does happen, you're already trained for it. That's how you train the mind or whatever. So then it's not really a crisis situation. Because like most crisis situations aren't really crises. It's just we're not trained for stuff. As humans, we're really taken care of by other humans, and slavery is still going on. So it's like we really don't have to survive on our own too much. So when we put into a situation where we're independent, that's a crisis for a lot of people. We got to be totally independent, when that could be teaching you a lesson. And just like working with people is teaching you a lesson. So connecting in nature, I know I've talked about a lot here, but connecting in nature, tree hugging, doing all of that type of stuff, that's really the basis to me of being spiritual. Before eating a good diet, all of that type of stuff, that's the basis of it. Being in tune with your environment. Your ultimate environment is this world. Because if your house gets blown down in a storm, the only thing you got is this planet. So that's your home. Your first home is your body. Your second home is this planet. So you honor what you put into this temple. But really, if you think about it, they go hand in hand, because it's being holistic. Because whatever you put into this temple is going to come from the planet. If you eat natural, some people, they eat laboratory food. We eating high fructose corn syrup, and genetically modified sugars, and refined sugars, and dairy products. And I'm not knocking all of that, but none of those foods are natural foods mixed with unnatural foods. So getting in tune with nature and connecting with nature, to me, that is our culture. And I don't care what you do for a living. care how successful you are. Eat healthy. Honor your temple. And it costs a lot of money to eat healthy. Really, to me, people that are more successful are the people that can eat healthy. The more money you got, you should have no excuse. Like, if you're a millionaire and you can't eat healthy, something's wrong with you. That's the person I'm addressing. People that can't eat healthy, a lot of them don't have a lot of money. And I respect that. That just means you need to get your skills up there. If you don't have a lot of money, get your survival skills up. Figure out ways to do things without money until you can get more money. So that's what it's all about, being a survivalist, connecting with nature. Go ahead and shut this video down. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Get up out of here. Peace out.